Now that you are more familiar with career management, in this lecture, let's explore the process of creating customized development plans for individual employees. Within a development planning system, we create, implement, and track development plans. Much like an LMS, a learning management system allows us to implement and track learning. These two systems, an LMS and a development planning system, can exist within one system, within one technology. Both systems can help companies attract, retain, and motivate their employees by investing in their development. Companies show their employees that they care and that they're willing to spend money on their growth, even if that growth doesn't directly benefit the organization today. Training and development specialists are typically responsible for overseeing the entire development planning system, while managers are responsible for working with individual employees on a one-on-one basis to create their development plans. To create a development plan, employees can be guided through a process like the one pictured here. The 4 steps include self-assessment, reality check, goal setting, and action planning. Through self-assessment, employees identify their development needs. A reality check helps them choose the most realistic needs to focus on. The goal setting process helps them set SMART goals. The action planning process helps them make a plan for reaching these goals. Let's take a closer look at each one of these steps in the rest of the video. The first step of development planning is to collect baseline data about development needs through self-assessments, which are usually provided by the organization and completed by employees themselves. These assessments help people determine their career interests, their values, the things they're good at, their behavioral patterns or habits. Companies often use psychological tests to evaluate development needs, and we will learn more about these assessments later in the module. One of the best options is the NEO Personality Inventory, the revised version. As people gain awareness of their strengths, they can also gain information about their weaknesses, the areas that are in need of improvement. If current training programs do not address these weaknesses, then they may be perfect for the person's development plan. Of course, the results of any one assessment or any one personality test should be used with caution. We typically use multiple assessments and multiple sources of information in order to make better decisions. In the second step, employees learn more about their development needs and the relevance of these needs to the organization through a reality check. This includes information that they receive through their performance evaluations, information about their strengths and their weaknesses. Hopefully, they receive 360-degree feedback from multiple sources: their supervisors, their subordinates, colleagues, customers, and other stakeholders in the organization with whom they frequently work. They also learn more about the development needs of the entire organization and even the profession, which can help them decide which of their strengths provide the most value and which of their weaknesses are in demand. The third step of the process involves translating high priority development needs into SMART goals, goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Companies might encourage their employees to set short-term and/or long-term goals. Goals are important because they direct our efforts, our attention, and because they motivate us to put forth the work that is required to meet the goals. Examples of basic goals include get a better job, transfer to a different location, gain a new technical skill, or figure out a new way to apply a newly developed skill. These basic goals would then need to be translated into SMART goals. The fourth step of the development planning process involves action planning, a topic that we'll learn more about later in the course when we explore training evaluation. An action plan is an outline of how development goals will be reached. For each SMART goal, employees identify the specific steps or actions that they need to take in order to achieve the goal. They might also include targets and timelines. The plans are then documented within the development planning system and periodically assessed to track progress. The plans can also be used for onboarding and succession planning, two more topics that we will learn about at the end of this module. Through this four-step process, each employee creates their own development plan. The 9th edition of the textbook provided an excellent template shown here. Usually, they work with their supervisors, mentors, coaches, and even trainers to create these plans. While the content in these plans varies, they usually include the employee's strengths, weaknesses, SMART development goals, and their action plan. You can see in the template there's also a space for both the employee and the supervisor to sign the document. The signing of a development plan is important. It creates not only a physical contract, but it also creates a psychological contract between the employee and the manager, the employer. Keep this template and use it to help you structure your own development plan, as well as those of the employees that you will work with in the future.